Papasquatjon, coming at ya. Hey, be excited, everybody. Well, I hope be excited. I was actually going to try and do this album this last weekend, but time got away from me. But I do have time tonight because I could either react to this music video for the next, I don't know, half an hour to an hour, or I could go start to rewatch the movie RRR, which I've only seen once, and man, I need to see it many, many more times, and somebody just reminded me of it tonight, and that sounds like a fun thing to watch. Yeah, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Oh my god, crazy, amazing, good. Crest is from just this year, March of 2022. It is looks like a collaboration between Bladee and Ecco2K. I didn't do any of the intro stuff. It's my birthday. If you watched any of the early videos, you know that. I have some really good spicy chicken teriyaki that's amazing. The people who I bought it from also gave me some pot stickers because it's my birthday, and I have some cheesecake that I'm going to eat later when I'm watching RRR, and that's my birthday, and then this weekend I'm going to go have fun with some friends, and there you go. Let's jump into Bladee and Ecco2K Crest, the full album. I've got the lyrics and track list over here. There are 9 songs, it shows me, on this, and the album itself runs a total of 28 minutes and 39 seconds. And let's go. The first song is called The Flag is Raised.
Here comes that feeling, you should never let it go. Caress that feeling, the feeling in you. The flag is raised, baby, the glory's to the throne. It's just beginning, we're winning it. There is no goal, only toward the promised road. I'm coming home, Virginia. I'm by the shell, baby, the hero is the soul. Keep it within, continue suddenly, everything that's got me soft.
Okay, before we get too far, I missed the very beginning of it. Here comes that feeling, you should never let it go. Caress that feeling in you. The flag is raised, baby. The glories to the throne. The glories to the throne. It's just beginning. We winning inning. There is no goal. What is this about? Here comes that feeling. Caress the feeling. Let the feeling in you. Flag is raised. Getting turned on. What are they talking about here? Setting the tone for the album, the use of regal, pious language creates a focus on virtue. This lyric is also a reference to Blade's chorus on Wosun's Violet Gold. Oh my, someone is very impressed with themselves. Sorry if you're the one who wrote that. The flag is raised, baby, the glories to the throne. What is he talking about? Is he talking about... Is this just like a super, like, sexy song written in a way that's very, well, like the words just said, a very regal sort of feel to it, but he's really just talking about getting it on? Or is he talking about, like, this feeling of love or something between people? Let it be there, it's just the beginning, we winning inning, there is no goal, only to walk the promised road. I'm coming home, Virginia, I'm but a shell, baby, the hero is the soul. I'm but a shell. Sure, so your soul instead of just your meat body. Keep it within you, continue in you. It's pretty good, continue in you. Yeah, sure, it sounds cool. I really like the way it sounds, and I think the next verse, I backed up a little bit, but the next verse is by Bladee.
Hero is the soul, keep it within, continue suddenly, everything that's got me suffering isn't anymore, go wash over me, shining like the sun, nothing's ugly, white light cover me, in this world, and her majesty, number one in reality. Don't touch me, don't let me be.
feels very it feels very rushed. Like, it feels like they're really trying to just jam this song into your ear as quickly as possible with, like, the way the beat is formed. The music itself is very concentrated, and like, it's definitely wall of sound kind of feel to it. The lyrics are pretty much nonstop and, like, really, like, almost layered over each other, and in some cases they are. It's really kind of a cool effect. And now I have to go back and look at what the flag is raised. So I'm curious if they're basically saying, like, this is us planting our flag. Or, it's probably reading a little too much into it, but I like the sound of it. It's a little much after having just listened to a whole bunch of music very intentionally, but I like the way it sounds. So see how they did that whole midsection there with all those lyrics repeated over and over and over. The whole thing about, let me back up here, the Maria, 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 hey Gloria, head of the fountain, head to the arrowhead. And they just repeated that stuff. And then it comes here, and one of the first things they do, it's not the very first thing they do, but one of the first things they do is cut away all the music to make you kind of clue in again, like, oh wait, they're back at it. And it's great. I also realize that they're saying Maria and Gloria, both of which are very biblical terms or religious terms in terms of, like, Mother Mary and, Mother of Christ, and then Gloria is glory of God, that sort of thing. And I'm not sure why they're doing that, other than to make it seem more, I don't know, special or something. I don't know. But those are definitely what those words are associated with in my head.
Here comes that feeling, you should never let it go. The feeling, the flag is raised, baby, the glory's to the throne. It's just beginning, we're winning it. There is no going toward the promised road. I'm coming home, Virginia. I'm by the shower with the hero is the soul. Keep it within you, continuing.
Great. I love Continuing You. That just is so great. Let me move this so I can actually navigate on my computer. Why do you insist on doing that? Okay, that didn't work. That did not take me back. That did not take me back. This is really annoying. I don't know if it's how I have my screen open or if it's just the way Genius doesn't work. Oh, you're killing me, Genius. Let's go here. Let's go. Oh, you're killing me. I mean, you're really just killing me. Okay, finally. Jesus, sorry about that. That was The Flag is Raised. This is 5-star Crest. Ooh. For Vattenrum. For Vattenrum. I don't know what that means, but let's see what this has to say. 5-star Crest for Vattenrum is a compilation of 5 different short songs turned into one. Like in other songs of Crest, Ecco and Bladee rap on upbeat instrumental produced by White Armor about love, existence, transience, and death. This track is dedicated to a friend and close associate of Drain Gang Vattenrum. who passed away in 2019. Oh. Stop dying young. I don't like that. Alright. This is indeed from 2022. 5-star Crest for Vattenrum. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing this poor guy's name. Let's do that. Let's have an ad, because what else would we do? Blue.
Close my eyes and the sun starts shining. Close my eyes and the sky falls down on me. It don't seem so real. Am I missing something? 5-star Crest, love and respect will win again. The shield's shining. Golden falcons flying in silver, going 3-3 so bad. The castle sings the away, rush completion. Inspirato heroine, I'm born again, I'm suffering. I am everything, fountain light from the arrowhead. On the iron, rest my hand on the arrowhead. Everything, fountain light from the arrowhead. On the iron, rest my hand on the arrowhead.
Are they particularly religious? Because a lot of religious meaning in Bladee. Yeah, Ecco2K Crest. Interesting. So yeah, absolutely. People have picked up on this. What's the significance of arrowheads in Rest? I was curious about that too, because he mentions it a lot. It's weird because this almost seems like a concept album, but it was not presented as such to me in any way. This does not have any information, so okay. Don't care. Really interesting though. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more probably when I am not in the middle of recording for video. But let's keep going. That was definitely a big change. Woo! And this is still considered part of the same song. This is still, I think, part of 5-star Crest because it is listed in here with the lyrics unless I completely missed. I really don't know. Let me back up a little bit and we'll see if I'm crazy.
Perfect win.
Man, I love the way that sounded. I mean, it's very, very different in feel from the part of the song that came before it. Um, really, really cool sounding. Again, lots of. I think this had lots of religious stuff too. Yeah, Gloria in excelsis Deo, Deo, perfect Excelsior. We excel at everything and anything. I was gone for a long time, but I'm back again. Go round again, again for the perfect win. Perfect. Calm your thoughts. Go with the flow, baby. Believe in me. Be nothing but be with me. Be nothing but be with me. Let's be heavenly. Yeah, really, really interesting. Just sort of exploration of religiosity in this, which is slightly surprising, but I suppose everybody does a little bit of that in their life. Let's keep going. This is part 3 of this. There you go. Cool sound.
Could be that heaven is fleeting and always, and nothing is forever, and wishing to get you nowhere. What a dream, go to sleep and wake up tomorrow. Funny how I'm always on the head of the arrow. Funny how I'm always on the head of the arrow.
Nice drum.
Could it be that heaven is fleeting and always, and nothing is forever, and wishing to get you?
How unlike anything does that sound? That was just a really cool. Where he comes in and says, "Oh, could it be that heaven is fleeting?" It doesn't sound like anything I've heard before.
Could it be that heaven is fleeting and always, and nothing is forever, and wishing to get you nowhere?
So cool.
Dream, go to sleep and wake up tomorrow. Funny how I'm always on the head of the arrow.
Oh, Bionic Man sound effect. So this is part 4. Still the same song.
The thing that's different about a Verbo vacation home?
So I was mentioning the other day, sorry, somebody is calling me in the middle of this. Mentioning the other day to someone about how, oh, there's another ad, good. How, oh God, now I'm so distracted, I totally lost what the hell I was talking about. What was this going through and doing here? Oh God, I'm so ticked off right now because everybody wants to talk to me right in the middle of doing stuff. I forget entirely, and I'll probably watch this back and go, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is what I was thinking. It's something to do with Earl Sweatshirt and the way he makes his music. And, oh, yeah, this was it. Was the how this also reminds me of the Earl Sweatshirt song we listened to a while ago called Solace, or Solace. And it sounds like the soundtrack to a movie that you can't see, that all you have is the audio for, and some of this, especially the section that I just stopped at very much reminded me of that, where there were like hyenas kind of barking and laughing, and the section just before that very much gives me that sort of impression. Oh, I have the sound off. I'll back up again. This, yeah.
Pusher. We think we exist, that's why we suffer, do we not? Sweet Patricia, us, that's the poison, baby. Give it to me raw, this is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
This is beautiful.
Really great.
Give it to me raw.
Just a really super cool sounding, like, explosion of sound there when it transitions over into this part of the song. Really sounds fantastic. It like literally, it's worthy of being the beginning of a hugely popular pop song. It would just be fantastic to hear that, like, as part of a song, and really worked into something much longer, and it sounds fantastic.
Beauty is my drug, I'm the pusher. We think we exist, that's why we suffer, do we not? Sweet Patricia, us, that's the poison, baby. Give it to me raw, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Give it to me raw, this is beautiful. We exist, that's why we suffer, do we know? Give it to me raw. This is beautiful. 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 We think we exist, that's why we suffer, do we know? Give it to me raw. This is beautiful. Beauty is my drug, I'm the pusher. We think we exist, that's why we suffer, do we know? Sweet Patricia, us is the poison, baby. Give it to me raw, death is beautiful.
No, death isn't beautiful. Death is non-existence. Death makes life meaningful, because if at some point you are not going to exist, that means the existing part is the worthwhile part. The not existing, you're not aware of, because you don't exist. There's nothing. There just is nothing. It's not beautiful. It just is a big blank space that you aren't even conscious of. Hopefully that's what they're trying to say, because if they're trying to encourage everybody to kill themselves, I can't get behind that, because that sounds like a really bad idea. But man, what a bunch of great sounding music, and this still is not the final song, so we've got one more song to go. Let's see how it goes. I think it might be almost all instrumental.
Oh yeah. the world. Only you. Only you. Only you. Only
And now we'll have an ad. Hey Google, make the most obnoxious ad ever. Okay. Hey Google, play HBO Game of Thrones. Alright, so that's the beginning of the next song, which is White Meadow. Let us give this a listen. I have the lyrics up now. Sorry, somebody was trying to call me, so I was all distracted during that. But now we're back to normal. Everything's good. White Meadow. Let's go. Love it. Very electronic.
Waves crash down, clouds fly by. Then still warm, but I turn cold. Lines drag down, crowds pass by. The years go on, love finds you. English comes down, peace be found. The noble strike the great perfection. Deep down, silent shout. A flower sprouts, tries to reach heaven.
So I have the lyrics over here, and I mean, this is a gorgeous song, but I'm so very confused because it seems like they said way more lyrics than this one verse seems to indicate, but right now we're at the bridge. So I don't know what is going on, but I'm gonna back up a little bit so I can try and find my place and see what the hell happened there. Plus, this is a really good song, so we're just gonna start over. Sorry. Definitely get like sort of an 80s early electronic new wave kind of feel, but very much updated from that. It's really a cool sound.
Waves crash down, clouds fly by. Then still warm, but I turn cold. Lines drag down, crowds pass by. The years go on, love finds you. English comes down, peace be found. The noble strike the great perfection. Deep down, silent shout. A flower sprouts, tries to reach heaven.
Wow. And that's just a super fun song for one thing. And the weird thing is, it sounds to me like a. It sounds to me like a pop song. Not even a pop song. It sounds to me like sort of alternative-ish music of the last 20 years combined together to make what could have been a pop song at some point during that time period, but probably now isn't really considered a pop song. Like it's just not what the mainstream is looking for. But man, what a cool sounding song. Lots of energy. It doesn't feel as forced as like the first song when I was saying it seems like it was really just trying to get in your ear as fast as possible. This is much more open and even kind of fun and light, and even the lyrics seem a little encouraging and happy. Like really, really very cool. I mean, and it's called White Meadow, so it probably is supposed to be very uplifting and happy song. So very, very cool. So the next song, however, is called Faust. And I imagine this is going to have a very different feel and attitude than the last few songs. I was going to say about the 5-star song, whatever that collection was just called, of a bunch of 5-star Crest. That sort of reminded me, because it includes those 5 tracks to make one track in theory, reminded me of the old They Might Be Giants album. I forget, the one with the orca and the squid on the cover, and they had a collection of tracks in there called Fingertips, and it was when CDs were super popular, and They Might Be Giants, being They Might Be Giants and being very experimental and technical minded, said, oh, let's do a bunch of like really short snippets that are, in their minds, complete songs. And so when people play their CDs on random, just these little snippets come up in between songs every now and again, and I think it's a fantastic idea. These songs are much, much, much longer. They're closer to complete songs, but still that same sort of idea. And these guys, I don't know if they're aware of those old tracks, but that idea was out there, and these guys took it and did something different with it. And every generation affects the generation that comes, or every creator affects the next creator, and very, very cool. Okay, so here's Faust. Also very kind of bright and poppy, and I mean, it's a very nice sounding song.
Suffering stops, bodies drop, flowers sprout, bloom by and long. Therefore I am, you are no beautiful dream, which I forgot. Come evening sun, come darkness come as you are, as to our song. Life finds a way, how to portray the mirror change, the story's made.
love all those little accent percussion. I am going to turn the sound off and let these ads play because I actually had something I wanted to say. So there are some links. I want to reach closer to you. Proposed suggestion. Echo wants to strive to be closer to God. Yep. Second moment. Forever ephemeral. Oh, that's much too many words. Let's see here. So what's really interesting is I wondered if they were actually talking about heaven and being closer to God. And the Faust name gives me some impression that they want to make some kind of deal. But I don't think that's really it. I almost think this song should more likely be called Lightbringer, or not Satan. What was the devil's name? Lucifer, Lightbearer, and because that's kind of what this seems like, is almost as if Bladee and Ecco are taking on the role of Lucifer, saying, I want to be closer to you, which in theory is true, right? He wanted to be closer to God and to be, because he felt slighted, right? And maybe I'm completely off track because they did not name the song Lucifer. They named it Faust. But that's kind of, it seems to make much more sense. I want to be closer to you if only we could be as one in everyone. So if we could all just be oneness, then we'd all be happy, right? We would all be able to experience each other. We'd all be kind to each other. We'd all understand each other. We'd all be omnipotent and omniscient and omnipotent and well, I said omnipotent and omnipresent, like that sort of thing. We would all know each other completely. And then he also says, if only one is true, then which one is it? Which of us is the real us if only one of us is real? Is that what he's asking? Could very well be. Unless he's, again, talking specifically about God and the relationship with God and which God is the real God, because there are many gods, and maybe it's even some other interpretation of that. I want to live in heaven, I want to reach closer to you. The west edge falls head first, a second, a moment, forever ephemeral. Some very good lyrics in here. I don't understand the west edge falls head first. I don't know that. But a second, a moment, forever ephemeral is fantastic. I mean, just really, really some good lyrics. Let us back up here, and no, this is not playing, so that's good. And we'll get to the next track, which is, oh my god, genius. Lyrics genius kind of sucks sometimes. Let me just say that right now, because it is not letting me go back. And then it lets me go back too far. Sorry, everybody, this is as frustrating for you as it is for me. Yeses is this song. Yeses or Red Cross, or maybe this can't be Yeezus, because that would be U-S. This is Y-E-S-E-S, so I'm going to say yeses or Red Cross. Like the sound.
Little Crest, little Crest. Yes, 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 yes. Little Crest, little Crest. Sex cells, yes, 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 yes. Sex cells, sex cells, sex cells, yes. Sex cells, sex cells, yes, yes, yes. Little Crest, little Crest.
Just the balls to write a song that is almost exclusively oh yes 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 literal Crest. Like, he's having a good time with this song, even if it has a serious subject matter, which I'm not entirely sure if it does. But we're getting to a point where there are some more lyrics, so we'll keep going.
Storm off the set, strong air wind, 27 knots, 54 knots, 108 knots on a silk thread. On do you spell euphoria? Try to mix a wormwood with cat's claw. I see washings came with black rocks. Ballerina spiral like black swan. Jumped everything off at the red cross. Plus, plus, follow the white fox. Monsters are gone, something's up, but no it. Hex, 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 hex. On do you spell euphoria?
We'll mute that again. Totally, absolutely impressed by his ability to just stick to that theme. I kind of feel like what he's talking about, if you can really say talking about, or what they're talking about in this song, is sort of, not talking about, what was I going to say? This song could be super annoying, and I could absolutely understand if people find it super annoying because it's so repetitive and it's the same words over and over and over. But for some reason, I find that this would be, for one thing, an excellent song just to have on in the background because it's just noise, right? It's great for that. It has really good energy and it would really keep you moving and doing stuff. And if you wanted to sing along to it, you could, because it's not like you have to remember anything. And the other thing it would be great for is going for a walk, going running, going to the gym. Like, it's really just a great, energetic song. I don't think the subject matter is all that important, really, other than he's talking about trying to be closer to God, right? And yes, he's accepting and all that sort of stuff. Personally, I think that's a waste of time. Don't bother. But that's just me. I'm not going to talk about it right now. But yeah, really just I can't even say a fun song. It's a good song. It's just got a lot of energy to it, and that's really a good thing. Let's see, we're going to go into Desire is a Trap, and let's see, is this lining up correctly? Yes, it is. Here we go. Only if I actually turn the sound back on. God, I'm so freaking smart sometimes. Now, here we go. Love it. This is like absolutely the perfect album to annoy the fuck out of your parents with. Like, because I can imagine listening to this back when I was a teenager and my parents going like, could you please not? And And it's not because it sounds bad. It sounds fantastic, and it even sounds like nice. It sounds peppy and happy, and but it's repetitive, and his voice is really high, and yet at the same time it just has this really infectious kind of energy that is awesome. And I'm totally going to download this album, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to until these last couple of songs, because man, are they just fantastic to listen to. Great song. I just really enjoy that song. And I know there's a whole lot of meaning to this, but I am not 100% sure. The comments in Genius are talking about the Tao Te Ching, Tao Te Ching, whatever, however you correctly pronounce it. I never learned. But really, really, I'm sure there's all sorts of meaning in here that I'm just not understanding all the references. Staying stiff and rigid under pressure, crush you into powder, pick petals from your flowers. Oh, you love me not. Love those lyrics. I mean, really, some great lyrics in here. Now there's only one way round a tower, even if your hair is long. Who is that? Rapunzel. I claw my way towards the top and let it fall down to the bottom. Every day I swallow pain, but I still taste it. Wash, 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 wash the pain away. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here about like being sad and being in pain and getting rid of the pain, and there's not anything that specifically is talking about using drugs to do that, which I guess is a good thing. Not that it would really matter. I'm very, very curious about what this guy is like personality-wise, and what he's, or they, I keep reading there's two of them. Like, what is it that they're actually trying to communicate with their music, or are they just personally on some sort of spiritual exploration or journey of their own that they're trying to figure out what is their place in the world, and what, why do they have this pain? How can they get rid of it? What can they do? How do they experience love? How do they experience the rejection of someone's love? Like all this stuff, because that's what the sort of, pick the petals from your flowers. Oh, you love me not. That's exactly what I think of. So it's very, very interesting. I'm going to have to do some reading on this album afterwards, because it's going to take too long to do on screen. Let's see, that was Desire is a Trap, I do believe, yes. And the next song is Chaos Follows. That sounds pleasant. Any readers of Roger Zelazny out there? That would be good. There was somebody else I was going to mention about. So, if what I was saying before... Oh, I got to hit play again because there's an ad. What I was saying before about music annoying your parents and how this is perfect for it, what this was really reminding me of, honestly, was the album Some Great Reward by Depeche Mode, which is from like very early 80s. It was like an album or two before they really broke out and became Depeche Mode, right? Because there's songs on there that if you've never listened to that album, you would not believe the music that they made and what it sounded like. And it's a very crazy, weird album with a lot of cool stuff in it that I absolutely recommend. It doesn't sound anything like Desire is a Trap or this album, really, but I still got the same sort of feeling from this as I would have listening to that album when I was absolutely in bonkers love with it back in the early 80s. All right, Chaos Follows. That's a good saying.
Chaos follows, dreams to fulfill this fantasy. Fly my swallows, swear to them on your loyalty. No tomorrow, nothing is promised as you see. Face this horror, don't break under the wicked. Stop falling, or start talking to walls. I don't keep walking. Into the fossil underground under heavy forces. Will I allow the law? No, no, no. But I'll allow the gold to grow and show the way to know. Will I go my own Satan soul? But I will if I have to do for you, for you, for you. Your fathers who look at me like tourists. Everywhere I go, I set you real with these verses. This poison, I try to step platonic, counting every face, every day, like 6 songs. Chaos follows, dreams to fulfill this fantasy. Fly my swallows, swear to them on your loyalty. No tomorrow, nothing is promised as you see. Face this horror, don't break under the wicked.
The little kid voice. Not as chaotic as I would have thought, honestly. So again, the song was Chaos Follows. Chaos Follows, dreams to fulfill this fantasy. Fly my swallows. I think he's actually talking about the birds. Swear to the one your loyalty. No tomorrow, nothing is promised as you see. Face these horrors. Don't break under the weight. Carry. Don't stop. Yeah, basically, you could die at any moment. Nothing is promised to you. You get a life, not necessarily the life you wanted, not necessarily the length of time you wanted, much like Neil Gaiman said in Sandman when the little baby died, and Death said, you get what everybody gets, you get a lifetime. And, yeah, don't break under the weight you have to carry in life, because you're still going to be alive. So, deal with it. It sucks, but there you go. Talking to the walls, I told them keep walking. Overground running in between cars flip over me. I don't understand that. Overground running in between cars flip over me. I'm not sure what they're trying to say. Dive like a dolphin, be honest, I'm cut down like the forest, toxic like the ocean, and I'm dirty like the soil. Black tar and oils, I'm acid on the corals. Crushed into the fossils. So is he talking about like he's entropy, he's death, he is the end, He is the destroyer of everything. He is the toxicity and acid in the ocean and the oil and the soil. And will I allow the low? No, no, no. But I allow the gold to grow and show the way to know. Will I go on my own? Say it ain't so. But maybe that's what he's saying. Face the horrors, don't break under the weight, carry. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think they are doing some great stuff here, and I really, really like it. I notice this does not have Girls Just Want to Have Fun, so I will react to that separately. It says it is track 8 on this album, but it must not be, and maybe it was a bonus track and people just aren't including it on this. So let's move into Heaven Sings, and that is the last song on the album. Let's do it. That was the end of the previous song. Heaven Sings. Every time they say Crest, I think they're saying Christ. And that can't be on accident, right?
Come true, my signs. See my stars coming down. Me, I dream of life. Have that dream every night. Smiling from up and down, laugh and cry, black and white. I chase the light. Bethlehem, come again, rich in the sense, blessed and golden. Truly gifted I am, glow forever, diamonds and pearls. Heaven sings a black diamond Faust on. Maybe become real. Rainbow at my dawn, confess my song. Quiet screams for my queen. Sacrificial, sacrificial. I feel it. Sugar superstition, is it superficial? I feel it. Sacrificial, sacrificial.
Huh. This whole thing very, very, very much, I mean, this will come as a surprise to none of you who have listened to this, is very religious, very much an exploration of their beliefs, their thoughts on religion and God and existence and life and death and the meaning of life. And I don't know if they come to any conclusions in it, at least none that we can really tell, but it is some beautiful, beautiful music. This song actually really reminds me of like a modern day hymn almost. I mean, it wouldn't really be one that you would sing in church, but if you heard this in church, it would feel not out of place at all, because it's just a beautiful song and it has very religious themes to it, and it might be a little too inconclusive about the actual meaning itself, but man, it's really beautiful, and there are a number of songs similar to it on this album. Really, really interesting. I am so not a religious person, and yet I get what they're doing here, and I think it's important to do. You have to work through all this stuff in your life. But it's really crazy to see, like, the whole album is, I mean, it really is like a themed album, and was not presented that way to me at all. People just said, this is a really good album, go listen to it, and the theme just carries throughout the entire thing. It's really quite good, and very well done. Their music is gorgeous. I'm curious what this is, again, considered in terms of genre. Yep, you are a stupid piece of computer. This does not give me a genre. Why doesn't it give me a genre? Interesting. So I will do some looking about Crest and Bladee. Genre? What is it going to tell me? Alternative indie and pop. Okay, so also not hip hop at all. But hey, I don't care. It was very cool, but I can still pick up sort of hip hoppy influences in it. I mean, I don't have to, but it's good music. So very, very interesting and super cool to see these guys just basically making whatever music they want to, because they have done other things that are hip hop, and it's just fantastic. Like, they just get to make whatever music they want. They don't care what genre it falls into necessarily. Maybe that's just an outdated concept. Not really, because people are fans of certain types of music, so it's entirely possible that somebody might like their pop alternative stuff and not like their hip-hoppy stuff. So there you go. Great stuff. Thank you once again. I believe this was Brandon who asked for this and sent me some money. Brandon, is that right? Brandon? Yes, it is. Thank you very much again, Brandon. And I don't even remember if I mentioned that at the beginning, but I did remember it was you. I just may not have said it. So, Papa Squat, checking out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day. Thanks for being here with me on my birthday. Bye. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.